And one more minute if you would like to get yourselves a blanket or a towel and some blocks. And I'm going to switch my camera over to my mat. There we go. So we're going to start with the blanket. Those of you who practiced with me before may have done this. I'm going to start with just a very gentle opening of the heart. You can roll your blanket and then going to lay down on your mat with the blanket right under the shoulder blades, sort of right under the armpits. And if it feels too much, then simply unroll your blanket a little bit so it's not so high. And you can either stretch your legs out, or if it feels better for your back, you can certainly put your feet on the floor. And just allow your arms to go to the side in any comfortable position. And just begin to breathe. Check into the breath. And begin to feel the heart melting open, feeling the skin across the chest just sort of melt to the sides, feeling the shoulders open. Take another inhale and exhale. And I could stay here all day, but I know we have work to do, which is kind of the feeling of this season. There's a deadline kind of coming up. Rosh Hashanah is coming. We want to do this work, but it's easy to just settle in. And so now maybe come up on your elbows and move the blanket down just an inch, just so it's like in the middle of the rib cage, not down as far as your lower back, but just down, just south, just an inch or so. And again, you can have your feet up, or you can have them out, whichever works best for you. And settle in. And notice that very small difference, that fine difference in the feeling of opening the rib cage and the heart space. This undoes all the forward leaning that we do through most of the week. Addresses that. Two more breaths. And then if your feet aren't on the floor, go ahead and put them on the floor. Roll over to your right side. Press your left hand and press your body up. And you can set that towel aside. I'm going to just check and make sure people are hearing me okay. Yes, good. Thank you. Okay, so let's go ahead and just come into a nice, simple cross-legged position. Take your arms wide to the side up, inhale, exhale, arms down, and then walk your fingertips forward, right out in front. Now lean just till you start to feel a stretch in the back, and then take it side to side. It's just a nice passive stretch, which is really good, and we're going to do some of that. But you're going to find that this practice, I'm going to focus on a different kind of stretch, which we'll try right now. So sit back up, take your arms underneath the knees. So pick the knees up higher than where they fall normally. Put your forearms underneath there, and you can either put your fingers on the floor or grasp your hands, either way. And in this position with the knees up, now have the knees press against the forearms as the forearms are pressing against the knees. So instead of a passive stretch, we are engaging and building strength in a stretched position. So the knees are pushing down, the arms are pushing up, and you should feel that stretch and press your bottom down into the ground and go to the limits of, not the hardest, not the most deepest thing that you've ever done, but you feel that engagement. And you might pull off of it, back off, and then try it again, and just see what happens there. Push my bottom down into the ground, push my knees into the forearms into the knees. And release, bring the arms wide to the side, up, and take an easy twist to the right. Arms up, inhale, exhale, twist to the left. One more time, inhale, twist to the right. Inhale, twist to the left, and come back to center. Now take your toes out in front, and if you like, you can bring your feet up to a half boat pose. You can bring your arms out, or you can keep it down right here, or full boat pose, and then cross your legs with the other foot in front. So take the arms up, exhale down, walk the fingertips forward, and do that nice passive stretch, just going side to side, just feeling the beginning of stretch back in the hips, maybe some in a little bit in the low back. So that's our nice passive stretch. And now take the forearms underneath the knees, pick the knees up, and either put your fingertips down or grasp. And we'll lean forward and push the knees down and pull the arms up. Push your bottom down into the ground. And we're doing stretching while we're in an engaged position. So strength and flexibility at the same time. And you might back off of that and re-engage it. Notice where you feel that. It's a pretty efficient pose, actually. And release it. Take the fingers to the side. Take the toes to the front. If you like a half boat pose, arms up, or a full boat pose, and then come back to a cross-legged sit. So find yourself a comfortable position. Do a little bit of teaching and connect this with our work for this Elul season. If you want to go back to the blanket under your shoulders for a couple of minutes, that would also be a fine place to rest here. So we're a few days into Elul, and we're heading to Slichot and heading towards Rosh Hashanah, and spending this time reflecting on our lives and checking in to see if we are who we meant to be, if we've become who we meant to be, maybe from last Rosh Hashanah, and trying to clearly see, as clearly as we can, the gaps between what I intended, like the pictures in my head, what they're telling me, and what has actually come to pass. What is real in this moment? So what makes it real? We do a lot of things in this time to make it real instead of just sort of pablum, nice, happy talk. So what makes it real? One thing that makes it real is a sense that time is approaching, that time is running out, that the moment, whatever that is, the moment will soon be here. And we have a series of markers of time to help us cultivate that feeling of urgency. I don't know about you, but I know nothing helps me clean my house than knowing company is coming. There is a deadline. We had people over on Shabbat, and I cleaned better than I had in a long time. A deadline can be a healthy thing. So that sense of time. The other thing that makes it real is doing it together, having witnesses, being as part of a group, like gathering, when the family gathers together to talk about something that's been brewing, makes it real in a new way. And so first we come together in the season, so quoting from Rabbi Lou of Blessed Memories book, This is Real and You Are Completely Unprepared. Some of you are following along with this with the Shofar project. But what is the progress? What is the practice? First we come together, then we make confessions, and by that I'm describing that as seeing the gap between what I intended and what has become reality, between the stories in my head and reality, and soften my heart enough to really know. So I bring chesed, loving kindness, to emet, to truth, so that I can know and with that knowledge make some transformation. And then there's the opportunity through ritual, through a slichot service, through Rosh Hashanah service, through cheshbon hanefesh, this spiritual accounting that we engage in. There's an opportunity for intimacy with reality, intimacy with awareness, intimacy with the divine. So this morning, I invite you to practice as if we are a single spiritual unit. You might take a second to, if you can see your computer, you might only see the first line of people on the top, or maybe you want to go to gallery view for a moment, or imagine gallery view. Somehow know that there are, I don't know how many I'm going to see, that there are 85 of us here together. 85 of us did all the things necessary to make it here and be together. And we are practicing in some way as a single spiritual unit. We can take strength from that. And then we can work with our body. We have all the separate parts of the body, and I will cue you to pay attention to certain parts of the body. We come to know all the parts, to feel the foot pushing into the floor and the bend of the knee and the tip of the pelvis and the movement of the shoulder blades and the lengthening of the neck, the relaxation of the jaw. We bring awareness to the parts, and then we find strength as in using them together as a single unit. And finally, cheshbon hanefesh, spiritual accounting of the soul. When we do it in our heads, the head can make up stories, as I've said, rationalizations. We can put things off for very good reasons. And one of the things that I love about embodied practice is that it takes me out of my head and connects me to what is real, this body, this life. And sometimes frustratingly, even heartbreakingly, it allows me to see the gap between the stories in my head. Yeah, the stories in my head, me doing splits and handstands, okay? And what is real in this moment. As Kashira wrote in the piece, if you're getting the shofar pieces, she wrote in this piece inspired by Rabbi Lou of Blessed Memory, says, giving ourselves to these tasks moves our hearts to be tenderized, softened. And if we can stay present and deepen into the work, our hearts will be strengthened in turn. So that's what this yoga session is going to be about strength with flexibility. Often we think flexibility needs to be passive, but we're going to look at that passive and then flexibility, engaging strength. So come back to your seated position, and we'll take another pass at this from with just a slight variation. So instead of a straight cross seat, we'll bend the right knee and take the left ankle up on there. And this knee goes wherever it goes. It might go real high, it might go low. I don't need my glasses anymore. And first we'll start with the passive lean. I'll flex this foot. With a passive lean, you may not go very far forward on this. In fact, you might just think about going forward and already you feel that stretching. Or you may go forward, but just go not too far, just till you feel that sensation. And now take your right hand, place it forward on the ground. Take the left forearm underneath the knee, pick that knee up, and just like we did before, we're going to press the knee into the forearm, press the bottom into the ground. And here we are, engaging in strength in a stretched position. And you can back off of it and then engage it again. And breathe. Notice your shoulders. Can they relax any amount? It's a really efficient stretch. And then we'll release it. Come back on the hands, bring the tip of the toes down, bring it up to a half boat pose if you like, or a full boat pose, and switch to the other side. Left knee is in, right ankle is on the thigh. So we walk the fingertips forward, sit up nice and straight, and just begin, and it really doesn't take much of a lean, at least for me, to begin to feel that sensation. So this is just a passive stretch. You might go back and forth just a little bit, just a little slight back and forth. And now take the left hand forward. So we go from a passive stretch to an engaged stretch. Take the right forearm underneath the knee, pick it up, lean forward a little bit. Now begin to press the knee into the forearm and the forearm pulling the knee up. And press your bottom down to the floor. And do that just to the extent that you're feeling a good, healthy stretch, not too much intensity. It's a very efficient stretch. You don't have to work too hard to get it. This is strength in a stretched position, which is what we need in life most of the time. The times we need to be strong are when things are happening, not always when we're just particularly prepared. And release it. And come to your knees. Come to all fours and take the bottom back and stretch, and then take the body in circles around whatever is comfortable to just move that around. And then come on up to your knees. Now, if you like, you can put some padding underneath your knees. But to keep some of the pressure off the knees, I want you to push down with your shins. And take the right, we'll start with the left knee. We'll take the left knee forward. And take that foot forward. And we're going to lean and do a little hip flexor stretch, just letting the hips get heavy. Come forward, let the hips get heavy. And this is the classic passive stretch. And you can go back and forth a little bit, just feeling into those hip flexors on the right side. And now take it up, and we're going to do it with strength in the stretch position. First, we'll pull make sure our rib cage is pulled in. And then that back foot, I want you to feel like it is pushing through the floor. So it's fully engaged. As soon as you feel that pushing through the floor, you don't have to kick it. I'm just trying to show you. But as soon as you feel it pushing, as if it's pushing through the floor, you feel that hip flexor. You'll feel your hip flexor light up. Here, show it. So pushing through the floor, that is engaged. You feel this light up. And now you can have your hands on your front knee and keeping the rib cage in, slowly lower. Same thing, but different. Here we're doing engaging strength in a stretched position. And you might bring it back, re-engage that shin onto the floor, push it down through the floor, keep the rib cage in, and come forward. Strength in a stretched position. Is it maybe? Yeah. And come back to the knees. I was going to ask you to get your block. I forgot to get the block. We'll get the block. And come back to that position. One more time. Pressing that down. Leaning forward, keeping the ribs tucked in. And then take it back. Now reach your right hand over to the block on the right side, or to a chair or to a table, whatever height works with you. Take your left arm up, straight up, and then do a side bend over to the side. Just a little more space. Now we'll take it to the other side, take the block to the other side. Raise the arm up. Inhale, exhale, and stretch. And you really feel that stretch through the hip flexor. And release it. Put it aside, come to the knees. Take the body back, stretch it out. Do a circle or two. And then we come to the other side. So I'll take the right foot forward and just put the hands on the knee, hold the belly in, but just do a nice passive stretch forward, letting the hips get heavy. Just let them get heavy and drop and begin to feel that stretching in the hip flexor. Just letting it go. And then coming on back. And now we'll engage in strength in the stretched position. So tuck the ribs in, engage that shin and the top of your foot, press it through as if it's going through the floor, and feel that light up the hip flexor. And once again, keeping the ribs knitted in, come forward. That's different. That's different. That is stretching and while engaging in strengthening. Strength in a stretched position. And take it back and grab your block. And we'll take it first to the left side. Take the arm up. And take a side bend, exhale. Inhale back up. Take your block onto the other side, so on the bent knee side. Take the left arm straight up, inhale, exhale, and bend straight over to the left. And now you feel that stretch all along the left side. all across the hip flexor maybe. And inhale back up. Exhale, come down. Maybe do another circle coming back to child's pose. And a little bit of a circle. Now we'll come on up to our feet. Spread the feet wide, have the feet pointing out, actually the right foot pointing parallel to the right, and the left foot parallel to the end of the mat. Bring the arms up, and we're going to actually take the hands down, separate the skin, separate the legs down into a warrior two. Now, if you like, you can support yourself by holding on to a chair, the back of a chair, or a desk. I have a desk here. Or you can do it freestanding. Pressing your feet into the ground, feeling this stretch on the inner thighs. And the more you press into the ground, the more you are getting strengthened in a stretched position. You take your arms if you like. This is totally optional. Take your arms behind you, clasp the hands, straighten the arms back, stretch them out. You can take the hands over to the left side and take that left elbow and bring it in. Feel some stretch in the shoulders. Totally optional. If you're not doing the arms, you're just doing the legs, you're doing the whole thing. Release the arms and come on up, straighten the legs. Now bring both heels in. We're going to come down to a wide-legged forward fold. So legs are wide, hands are on the floor or on a chair or on a table. So you come as far forward as works for you. Stay in your own window of opportunity here. And then we'll take the hands, put them on the thighs, and let the forearms come down. So my forearms are where my shins are. My back is flat, my bottom is just straight out behind. And feeling a little bit of stretch. Go ahead and push the knees apart till you just feel a little bit of stretch. And now, bring those knees together again. So the elbows are pushing them out and the knees are pushing in, just till you begin to feel that strength in a stretched position. And come out of it anytime you like. And then bring your hands to the floor or your chair or your desk. And bring the heels behind you. Straighten the knees. Bring the hands to hips and come on up. And we'll do that on the other side, taking the left foot parallel to the long edge of the mat, right foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. Inhale, exhale, and bring the hands in and separate the inner thighs of both legs. One more time, you can take, this time you can take the arms. Let's do Garudasana arms. So we cross with the right elbow on front and with the forearms together, just they're pressing apart. And switch, other arm in front. Feeling that stretch between the shoulder blades and release. And straighten your leg anytime you need to and coming back into it. Actually, we're going to come on out of it. So straighten the leg, widen the heels. Now bring the heels back together, bend the knees, and we'll do that wide-legged forward bend one more time. And again, you can be on a chair or on a table or all the way to the ground. And bring your forearms to your shins. So your elbows and your knees are together. Push the knees away. Begin to feel that stretch. And now let the knees squeeze in just a small amount. That's all it takes. It's a lot of work, I know. Strength in a stretched position. And release, put the hands on the ground or on your chair. Straighten your knees, heels behind. And then wherever you are, on the chair or on the ground, bend the knees and just go back and forth a little bit. And get your breath. And come on down to your knees, and we're going to roll down to the floor. Do a quick little bit of abdominal engagement. So pick up your leg so that, and turn it so you, internal rotation, so your knee is on the floor. Pick up the other leg so the knee is flat on the floor. Have your forearms down. Elbows are right under the shoulders. And we'll inhale and pick up the hips and the ribs, and then press up like a cat stretch in the upper back and roll it back down. Working the abdominals, engaging the abdominals, waking them up. One more time, we'll roll up, picking up the hips, pressing into the forearms, hips, ribs, upper back. And roll it down. We'll do it 2 more times. I know this, I've got this as yet another one that looks like you're doing nothing, but it's real work. You can tell, I know you can tell. 2 more times. So pressing the forearms down, pick up the hips, ribs, pressing up through the upper back and down. Last time. Hips, ribs, rounding up through the upper back, pressing through the forearms, and roll it back down. And then just go ahead and place your forehead on your hands and take a moment to check in. Just feel that work, a different kind of cheshbon hanefesh. In this case, nefesh, both breath and body. And the cheshbon, the accounting, is, what's it like to do this passively? What's it like to do this actively? Passive stretch versus strength in a stretched position. And now go ahead and make your way onto your back. We're going to come to some heart opening with easy back bends. So go ahead and lay down, back on the floor, feet on the floor. And now start to roll one shoulder under and the other shoulder under, and just stay there and notice. Notice the feeling of the feet on the floor, feel of the pelvis on the floor, shoulder blades, the back of the head. And imagine first in your mind that feeling of pushing down on your feet and your shoulders and your hips rising up. Just seeing it in your mind first. Notice what that's like. And now let's actually try it and see if there's any gap there. Push your feet into the floor, shoulders into the floor. Begin to pick your hips up. Any amount, doesn't have to be super high. It can be just real low. Or if you want to take it up higher, that's fine. If you want to get the shoulders under even more, that's fine. Pressing the feet into the floor, feeling the ground against your shoulders and the back of your head. Notice what that feels like. The real feeling of the action. And begin to lower the hips back down. Let the shoulders release. And just take a second to notice. What was that like? Do you notice any difference between the image in your mind when you thought about doing it versus when you did it? They may be exactly the same, or there may be something interesting to notice. We'll take the right ankle across the left knee. Pull that knee in. Take your right hand underneath the right knee, pull it towards you. And just like we did before, push the knee away while the hand is pulling the knee towards you. And we're finding that strength in a stretched position once again. If you like with the left hand, you can pull that left leg in farther. It's not necessary. This is a really efficient stretch. And place your foot back on the floor. Right foot down on the floor. And let's get ready for another back bend. Now bring your feet, they're on the floor. See if you can bring them any amount closer to your buttocks. As close as you can, that is comfortable and your bottom still stays on the floor. And then you can tuck the right shoulder under, left shoulder under. So we're opening up the shoulder blades and the collarbones. And once again, imagine what it will be like to raise up into a back bend. And now press into your feet and draw the hips up. Lengthen the thighs, pressing down with the shoulders. Feeling the back of your head on the floor and pressing in with the feet. Strengthen the feet and the shoulders and let the heart soften. Let the heart just soften. And release the hips back down to the floor anytime you're ready. And breathe. Sit with this. Again, notice the heart softening. And take the left ankle across the right thigh. Pick up the right leg. Bring that knee in towards you. Take the left forearm underneath the left knee. And press, pull the knee towards you. Have the knee push against the forearm. So the forearm's coming towards you and the knee is going away. Strength in a stretched position. And release it and place the foot on the floor and the other foot on the floor. And if you like, you can get your, and I recommend it, get your blanket or your towel, and we'll go ahead and get into Shavasana using that blanket roll again. go ahead and lay down on the blanket roll. So the roll comes right under, like right under your armpits, so that you can lay down, and your head should be on the floor. So it's resting on something. It's not hanging in air. If it's hanging in air, you need to move up a little bit. Have your feet on the floor, your arms wherever they're comfortable. And if this roll, if it feels like too much, just unroll your roll a little bit, make it a little bit smaller, but still get the roll right under the armpits, heads resting on the floor, feet resting on the floor. Softening across the heart space. First, we come together, then we make our confessions. We see that gap between stories and reality with chesed, with loving kindness, and the courage to see truth. We give ourselves to these tasks that moves our hearts to be tenderized. And if we can stay present and deepen into the work, our hearts will be strengthened in turn. So just rest and let the work settle into your body. Your feet are on the floor. You might want to just let your knees lean in toward each other. Begin to bring awareness to your fingers and toes. Maybe wiggle them a little bit. Bring your feet in a little closer to the body. And you can roll over to the right side. Just rest for a breath or two. Reach your left hand forward and press it onto the floor and push yourself up to a seated position. Sit cross-legged. Bring your hands together, thumbs to the heart space, lifting up the skin in front of the heart. Be'orcha nir'eh or. In your light, I see light. We came together as a single spiritual unity. Thank you so much for your practice. We'll switch over and take some time for questions and hear from you.